47-year-old John Wong married a foreign bride introduced by a matchmaking agency this year. His 18-year-old wife, Liti Tuman, is now 2 months pregnant. Tuman applied for a long-term visit pass but was only given 6 months to stay in Singapore. This means that every 6 months she has to make a trip to the ICA to get her pass renewed. John has yet to apply for permanent residency for his wife, but he feels that his chances are slim.
Twice. So the first time they give us 6 months, and now the second time also 6 months. But it's that this time round, I will go back to the immigration and ask them see whether they can give me a longer term because she's pregnant and I have the doctor letter with me. So she can't go and do her visa when she's in the hospital. And I do not want her to get overstayed in Singapore.
John declines to reveal his salary but tells Get Real that he earns a decent amount every month. He lives in a 4-room flat and is able to support both his wife and unborn child. His wife, who speaks little English, is not working. His biggest worry is the financial toll that his wife's pregnancy will bring. Medical subsidies are not provided to foreigners. To illustrate this, citizens hospitalized in a C-class ward receive an 80% subsidy. PRs receive 70%, while foreigners receive no subsidy. This means that a Singaporean with a foreign spouse may have to pay more than 3 times as compared to a Singaporean or a PR.
I want a child of my own because my age is catching up. So at least I have a child in the future to keep her busy. And we love babies. Yeah, so at least I got a child next time in the future. So my child will help in Singapore because next time he can speak extra languages, English, Mandarin, Vietnamese. So I think government should look into this very thoroughly. Because you ask us to get married, we get married. You want child birth increases, we do it for you. We are properly married and we have our marriage cert. Why don't you look into this way or how you can help the lower income people?
In 2010, some 31,500 babies were born between January and October. That's a drop of 3.5% compared with the same period in 2009. The number of births to Singaporean couples saw an even steeper decline, slightly more than 17,000 babies, down 5.2% from the same period in 2009, making 1/3 of the population foreign-born. Unless parents opt otherwise, all foreign babies born in Singapore are automatically Singapore citizens so long as one parent is a Singapore citizen.
I think in most immigration policies, countries actually, when they bring in immigrants, right, the idea is that they should top up, not just in terms of numbers, but in terms of the quality of the people within that country. And I think in Singapore, we are very much driven, by that imperative, right? That for any immigrant that we bring in, they would actually improve, right, the quality of the people here. I think over the last few years, there have been a certain amount of public concern in Singapore over the influx of immigrants, right? Whether they're here for the long term or whether they are transient workers. And the government has given its pledge, to manage the inflow of immigrants more carefully, right? Admit them in a more calibrated manner. And I think this is where, the cases that have been highlighted, were probably caught, in this transitional phase in which, the willingness to grant permission to stay, has certainly become a lot more harder to obtain. And I think in a way this is responding to the public concerns.
The ICA is tightening on allowing permanent residence for foreign brides entering Singapore are in part due to sham marriages between locals and foreigners, which have been on the rise. The scams entail the foreigners paying either a monthly or a lump sum payment to the locals, who in return would enter into fake marriages with the foreigners. John's marriage, although genuine, may seem like a sham, seeing that his wife is only 18 years old.
I feel that I came to marry her through a marriage agency. They are proper and they have a license in Singapore. So these are all proper documents, proper agency. They should think about, the ICA should think about this. Whereas I didn't go down to somewhere else to get anyhow a girl from the street to get married. I'll keep trying until the last resort. I have no choice. Then I will think of something else. Maybe goes to Vietnam, or maybe maybe I go to Thailand.
Ahmad's wife can never obtain permanent residency due to his old age. It would be near impossible for Sauda to continue staying in Singapore and in a rental flat. According to the law, she has to be deported. As for John, he's hoping his unborn child will be able to help secure his Vietnamese wife a place in Singapore. Will it work? Well, that's yet to be known.